Hello, I'm Pancake. I'm the Syrup King, and I'd like to be your president. I'd like to show you at least my opinions on things, and maybe that's all a president is, having the same uh, morals, ethics, same similar ideas on everything that you hold. So um, I don't want to be, you know, the candidate of this party or the candidate of that party. I want to be everybody's candidate. I want to be more prepared when I have a demonstration to demonstrate about. Yes, if I had a big enough desk, if I had if I had this desk, this if I had this desk, if I was in this office, boy, that would be sweet. Um, and and hopefully half as productive as I hope to be um, when it comes down to it. So I don't let me start over. I don't want to be the candidate of this party. I don't want to be the candidate of this party. That is blue. It's it's blue. Trust me. The green screen is set to be as close to green. Things that are very close to green will be picked up, but this is like Gatorade dark blue. That's how I'll describe it because everyone knows Gatorade dark blue. They don't, it's not Arctic ice. I think that's the light blue one. And what I hope to be is the candidate that can bring the country together in a one, two, in a mixing, in a boiling. I don't want to boil. I don't want people to boil. I don't want the frogs. I don't want the frogs to boil. So, two. That is dark. It looks like a Capri Sun, actually. I know we're not supposed to look at the insides of a Capri Sun, but that is what it looks like. So I am. Oh, that's good. That's getting to be purple, but with I don't want to spill anything. Jeez. Um, I don't. Let me start over. Red and blue, and I'm American. Okay, I drink out of Kern. I drink out of Kern or Ball. I drink out of mason jars. Okay, and mason jar has become like the band aid of adhesive medical strips or um, the Kleenex of tissues. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And then just like you know, we gotta lubricate the gears of this of this Republican of this sorry of this democratically elected republic, and you need a measured amount of grease. American chutzpah. Okay. I'm, this is Maker's Mark. No, Members Mark. Sorry, another slip. And they will tell you that this is enough not to elect me. Well, what's in my heart? Okay, guys, do you know? Do you know what's guiding this? I am trying to be relatable to you. Okay. Members Mark. I'm just trying to illustrate that I am similar to you. Okay. Times are tough. You have to go to a wholesale store to get affordable amounts of American vodka. That's what this is called. American vodka. 6 times distilled. I wish it was 7. 7 times distilled. So anyway, did you notice how I had to make it more blue than red? And the amount of the bottles already consumed before this video, before this stream, I had taken more blue than red, even though the flavor of the red is exquisite. It is original. And so I'm gonna you gotta be responsible in how much you consume. You know, your body can only consume so much alcohol in an hour, and I think it's one 1 ounce. Yes, 1 ounce an hour. I don't have notes. Okay, I'm just freewheeling and dealing over here. And you give that a nice swig. I was debating whether or not to get one of the corn dogs in my freezer and swiddle, and mix and jostlate this American concoction. It would be more American if it was a ball or mason jar, but you got to make do with what we find at a garage sale for 50 cents, right? And even that, you think 50 cents is too much for a mason jar. Well, times are getting tough. I don't know if you've noticed. I do prefer the red, but when it comes to being alone by themselves, but mixed together, this is a great drink. I would like to make it a little less sweet, so it could remind me of bug juice. Something they made. It was a very watered down Kool-Aid at Boy Scout camp when I was growing up, and I was not. I was hearing these whispers that the Boy Scouts of America was going to have was going to open it up to girls, because from what I heard, from what I experienced, and I was not, I was wrapped up in my own scouting career, but I, from what I knew, from what I experienced, Girl Scouts were really just selling cookies to do field trips, and Boy Scouts, my troop would sell Christmas wreaths, and so I guess that's also kind of um, sorry. There's a paywall on every news website I try to go to. Let me tell you the prices. Free if I create an account and I get access to this article, or I can subscribe for $4 every 4 weeks. Unlimited access to all articles and save stories to read later with a subscription. That is the Washington Post. Democracy dies in darkness. That's, excuse me. That's the line. That's their motto. Excuse me. Vodka makes me a little sick. It is poison, you know. So I wanted to talk about these exploding pagers and how horrific that is, um, because they're and let me finish. Let me finish. I can already hear people pausing and or talking back and saying whoa whoa whoa, but I'm saying whoa 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 because dehumanizing anyone is a slippery slope. Um, it's grotesque. It's lowbrow. Okay, it's uneducated, really. Um, because if you look at history, you know, someone is going to come along with justice in their pocket and they're going to they're going to slam it down on the table and tell you, "Mm-mm, not today. I'm a hero. I'm the hero. Yesteryear you were the hero, but now you're the villain and and they'll take you down." Okay? So, um and we America is not as heroic as we used to be, okay? Um, the things that you learn, the things that you unlearn, the things that, you know, things you don't want to learn. You, you get to a point where ignorance seems like the better option. The Matrix was was thinking about it all the way around. That guy Cipher who was like, you know, I'd rather stay in the Matrix and and forget because who wants to believe that the people in charge of your safety are actually trying to kill you, right? Who wants that for breakfast? Um, who wants that for breakfast when you're 10 years old on a Tuesday? Roughly, roughly, hmm, early morning Tuesday. So anyway, on the West Coast, I want to I want to be the guy, and I have all these ideas that I want to talk about, before I press record, before I press go live. I have all these, and I can't get it out fast enough. And I want people to understand that we could do so much better, but we're so busy. We're so busy all the time. We need to find the next hustle because we can't make ends meet with, you know, you have to win the lottery. You have to have successful family members or really good, successful friends. And you have to be on the inside loop for everything now. You have to have, in 10 years, if you don't have AI, if you don't have an AI buddy, an AI friend, if you don't have an AI mentor, if you don't have AI in your life, then you are going to be struggling. You will probably go extinct. You know, anyone who doesn't um, go along with the new. It's. I was saying this about Neuralink that on someone else's stream that if you don't have Neuralink in 10 years, you're going to be behind the times. You're going to be you're going to be 2 books behind everyone else. Okay? You're going to be not pages anymore. It's going to be whole volumes that you're behind because you know what could happen. And everyone else will get it. It's not like a car, okay? It's not like I'm a Luddite, you know. Um, we need these things until we need cars until transporters come along. We needed a horse and buggy until transporters come along, until um, efficient air travel comes along. I I would do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the scout law, to keep myself physically fit, morally straight, physically fit, uh, to keep myself physically strong, mentally fit, and morally straight. Yes, that's the scout law. And I've been lacking in all those. And it's because everything's become so normalized. Some things definitely need to be normalized. Other things are like, well, hang on. Let's think about it. Let's give it some time to ruminate. Let's really think about this. You know, I say because I'm really just talking to myself right now. And I also want everyone else to be on my level because it do I? Yes. If we're all suffering, then we can all work toward not suffering. And the mental anguish that we all come to when we're noticing what's happening, when we understand what's happening, and then we have to like turn on Amazon Prime or Netflix or watch some YouTube or read a book or listen to a podcast or write, and then who's going to read it, you know? The, the decentralization needs to happen. But if we could just slow down until we all figure things out correctly. I was talking about greed and how it needs to be curbed. You know, we can't stop it, but we need to slow it down as well. We need to slow that down as well. Because you can set a federal or state minimum wage, but you can't tell a company how much profit they can make. Because you can raise the minimum wage all you want. The price of the things will always go up because the greed is not going to stop. But we need to like make it so it's more people can make a living, right? You can get some time off, right? And if you have to work when you don't want to work, you're given some kind of incentive to stay while other people get that time off. And then when it's your time to work, when it's your time to get the vacation, then you get to have a vacation and have as much fun as you want. And everyone in between is getting paid fairly and treated fairly, and I almost wanted to say equitably, more equally, but it needs to be just fair. And that's what I that's what I would do. Heyo, that's me, Pancake the Syrup King for President 2028, because that's when I'll be old enough to run. I'm almost there, but the next election cycle, I'll be ready if they haven't blown us up by then. If they haven't blinded us while we're looking at our phone and it says, you know, Justin Bieber found, or there's a incoming nuclear warhead coming for Hawaii, you know. If, when, I want us all to be doing better because everyone is you and everyone is me, right? Everyone is you. Don't you want everyone to be better? Be doing better, at least? Feeling better? No, hang on. We can't do that. We can't do the feeling better until we are doing better. You can do some living in between surviving until we're all living, right? Maybe I've been watching too much House and thinking about stuff that is above my pay grade right now. But this is everyone's stuff because they're making it everyone's stuff. Today you have to have knowledge about ev you have to have a little bit of knowledge about everything. And if you don't, then when you're caught out in the wilderness, you are going to be lost. You're going to be found later, hopefully, intact. And this pager business, this improvised explosive device that could be in all of our pockets, in all of our electric vehicles. Supposedly, someone found out that the pagers were susceptible, that the pagers were an imminent threat, and supposedly, this is all supposed and apparently and allegedly, but allegedly, the anti-terrorist, division in Israel was like, they're about to find out, and we need to use it while we got it. So this was a premature attack on these people who may or may not be allegedly Hezbollah. And is that who Israel's fighting? And Hamas and all of Islamic states? They're surrounded. They're in hostile territory, and they keep like invading other places. They keep invading places around them and occupying these areas, making more enemies. Does that sound appropriate? Um, Maybe stop giving people a reason to have a problem with you. I mean, if college kids are screaming about it, doesn't that mean there's a problem? Or do we have selective hearing? When when is enough enough? Um, Someone said, and I wanna hear them. I want to hear everyone. Um, because then we will have a better understanding of each other, right? So someone said to me that it's well, they're very pessimistic, or they were toward me about my hopefulness for our future, right? And I was trying, I'm pessimistic. I like to think about the worst case scenarios, but I know I need to be optimistic. Prepare for the worst, expect the best, right? That's how it should be. That we gonna be all right, but just in case, you know, I want us to be okay. I want the future not to look so, whoa, my God, really? Is this today? Is it today? Is it really happening? And then that feeling lasts for like 10 years. I don't want that. I want us to be like, tomorrow we can do it. And then next week it'll be done. Next month we're good. A decade from now we'll be working on making it way better, right? Um, but that's not how a lot of young people feel. A lot of young people who feel very disenfranchised, who feel unheard. It's it's strange because like our whole lives we were told that we can do it. It'll be us. And then we get smartphones and the internet and it's all right there and we're all talking and we're all seeing each other's thoughts and each other's opinions and a lot of trolling happens, but less than you'd think because there's algorithms that make it so you want to stay on the platform because of outrage that you're feeling over someone else's opinion and um, opinion about a fact, opinions about factual instances in human history that and then they divide us and they subdivide us and they keep doing it until we're in a cubicle all by ourselves yelling at the TV until and there's no microphone. There's just the the Twitter feed, the X feed, um, the Facebook feed that says simultaneously everything we want to hear, but things we don't want to believe. Things, hang on, things we want to believe. Um, you'll think about it, and then you'll reply back to me with what I'm talking about there. But they just want us to not get along with anyone. Our friends, our family, we all have differing opinions, and there seems to be no common ground. And then when you start trying to form um, communities with complete strangers who don't already have the same opinion as you, it's impossible. If I was talking about this with somebody, um, if you don't agree with me already, we have no reason to talk. And if you try to talk to me knowing, if you try to talk to me and I know you don't agree with me already, then it's harassment or you're a Nazi. Yeah, right? And then everyone's the next Hitler. No one's and then I think about the Bill Burr uh, bit about no one's the next Stalin. No one talks about Stalin and how he was pretty bad because everyone's just the next Hitler, and I think it's because his name is easier to say and he's a more iconic figure in the West. But Stalin was pretty bad, guys. Let's not forget he was there too, and definitely no one wants to say Mussolini because um, not as bad and harder name to pronounce. So, what can we do? We can stop being weird around each other, even though there's a pandemic just around the corner. Every couple months, it's just around the corner. And then, like, it coincides with regular um, cold and flu seasons, and people don't want to. Excuse me. I'm trying to collect my thoughts. I'm trying to talk to you, and I'm worried. I'm worried about our future, and I want us all to do better. And if we could all listen, and then what? And then listen to who? About what? And people are so busy. They have to no, everyone's got three jobs, or you're lucky if you have 1.5 jobs. You have one job that gives you benefits but no money, and then you have to do eBay or Etsy or remember non fungible tokens. Remember that you got to get into trading, day trading. It's a mess, and then we don't have time to talk to our family. We can't help little Billy with his homework. He's failing. He's not going to graduate. And the younger generation see so much and they have no hope. And the news simultaneously giving us um, the worst local news and little to no coverage on actual world ending news. At least in the West, okay? They're not giving it to us because if we were told what was happening around the world that actually matters, the 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 big stories that actually matter, then we would be in the streets outside our public officials' homes telling them to get in a room and shake some hands with people they are in economic um they're fighting for economic supremacy around the world with these people, so that we need to come together, stop being asshats. If if the Pentagon wants to talk about UFOs like they're a real actual big deal, where's this technology coming from? Who do we need an Independence Day? Are they going to fake an Independence Day where we all have to come together to have this common enemy like War of the Worlds or um, there's so many stories about this kind of situation, and if you could just fake it, and I've been talking to people who I've never met who I've never met before, and like um specifically this guy I had never met. He was walking his dog. I was in my car. I was a I was a Lyft driver, and this guy walks over to my car. I know he's not the guy. I'm looking for someone else. And this guy walks over with his dog, and my windows are down, and I'm a little freaked out. You know, who's this stranger? My guard was up, and but I try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, but I'm still like, okay, who is this? Anywho, this guy's walking his dog, and I forgot something in the news at the time. It was years ago, and he was talking about how his dad was. I don't know where it started. It's probably something in the sky. It was weird. I don't know. Could have been wildfire smoke that was making the sky look weird, right? And this guy, out of the blue, gets to chatting, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, that's mm-hmm. But then it goes on to his dad is was in part of the military industrial complex, and he had knowledge of these sky projectors that could make holographic 3D images in the sky, and um, whether or not that's real. But you look at, oh man, what was it? It was like a video game conference, a video game expo, and this projector was at the gate of this convention center, and it was night, and it was a 3D image. It was like the Jaws holographic thing that comes out in Back to the Future 2, where you're in the future, and this holographic Jaws comes out and bites you, and then disappears. Right? It was like that. There was no wall to project this on. Was it mist? I don't know. It was just like in the air. It was just and it was like a lightsaber, like being projected out into thin air. Really weird. That really happened. This is real. Supposedly, it was around the time that those aliens were in Florida, walking around that mall or something, the outdoor mall. You, my mind, my mind is like, oh yeah, then there's this, and then oh yeah, there's that. Oh yeah, there's this, something else. It all comes together, and it can't all be coincidence, right? It can't all be a coincidence. If it is, buy some lottery tickets, yo. Just start noticing numbers all around you, and buy a lottery ticket with those numbers. I don't know. I want us all to be better. We shouldn't have to have a lottery. We shouldn't have to go gambling to think this is how we're going to make it. This is out of poverty. Where's the middle class? I keep asking that to people, and no one has an answer. It's just, meh. Yeah, that's what happens. Here we are. Where is the middle class? That is a good question. Anyway, let's watch some Netflix. Have you seen this new show that talks about exactly what we're going through right now? Man, that's crazy. And how many coincidences have to happen before there's a pattern uh popping up, right? Are our public officials that inept, or are they doing this on purpose? Who who has the money to buy a doomsday bunker? Who gets ev- air evacuated? Who gets evacuated to a safe place when there's talk of nuclear, when there's imminent threat to official places of business? Local government, federal government. These government buildings. Who gets advance notice, and then who gets taken to safety? Did you see Fallout, the show? And in that show, they give away biggest, the biggest secret of the entire franchise, which you have to place together by playing the games and understanding what's happening. And the story is so interesting to me, but also so sad and cynical of the future and of reality of Western Western society, I guess. But all advanced civilizations would all crumble in this kind of what I'm trying to say is it's not an accident. What we're doing, what's happening, it's not an accident. They've been doing studies on us for for centuries probably, but most specifically the last century, the last couple decades, they've been learning everything about us and how we react to certain stimuli, and that can all be uh, computed, and then they can form a plan around human psychology, how we'll react to things, and ultimately fuck ourselves. Sorry for the harsh language in this address, but they want to get us, so we can't focus. And even when we do, and we start going out there and protesting, one, they can attack us using less than lethal means, less than physical means. And second, um, they can move, they can skew the facts, they can make whatever narrative they want, and as long as there's a little frame that says the headline, if they can get some bullet points that say these are terrible people, look at this headline, bullet points as to why. It's just So, and the the college experiment where they had kids um, giving each other electric shocks when the answer's wrong, and it wasn't about that. It was about how far are you willing to use your authority, use your power against others when you don't have to. But you were given permission from authority figures. It's okay. You wanna you have all the carte blanche you want to do a heinous thing. Um, so a lot of people were upset when administering what they thought were electric shocks to a person in another room screaming. Um, or like the prison guard experiment, where prison guards were given authority to punish prisoners um, at their whim, at their discretion. So even when we try, we just need to try as much as we can, over and over and over, and then what? I don't know, because they can disrupt a protest. They can disrupt a riot if they really wanted to. They could pull out all the stops. But who's gonna administer that? Well, the prison guards will want to do it, or they'll be told to do it by the official, by the people that we elected. Did we really have an option between a guy with a boot on his head or a ham sandwich? Did we really have an option? Was it all a troll? Was it all for shits and giggles? Was it all just a joke? We don't really get a voice. We don't really get to express ourselves. Maybe we did initially, or maybe we're in the Matrix and all history is made up or based on true events, but given to us in a way that is more entertaining. We do better learning things when it's entertaining. That's why good teachers are cool. Good teachers make it all worthwhile. But who has the drive to become a teacher? Are they getting paid enough even? I think the good teachers are all but extinct. There's a few holdouts, a few people who do it for the love of the game, who do it to actually try to make things better in the world, because we're spending 8 hours a day with a teacher instead of our parents, because our parents are too busy working 2.5 jobs to support themselves, plus the happy accident that was you, or me, or your friend, or everybody. Okay? Happy little accident. But you are a gift. Okay? You do matter. And there's room enough for everyone, but we do have to, watch out. Hey, not everyone can have it though. Not everyone can have um, the limited edition whatever. Okay? There are limited limits to what we can do. And we've already we've already gotten we've already gotten things, and it is universal and everyone's okay. Um gosh. Gosh. There's so much to talk about, and I'm overwhelmed, because if you really start thinking about it, it is overwhelming. And it's like, for me, it's like looking at a messy room, and I can't figure out which thing to fix first, and I just throw my hands up. Is that how they programmed me to be? Is that my general nature? Is that human nature? Do I have past traumas that I need to work through to overcome this overwhelming sensation of futility? I don't know, but they know. The big they, the ominous they, the big, the big them, or the little group of them. If, um, George Carlin, George Carlin, if he was alive today, he knew it. He knew it all. And I mean, knowing as little as he did know, he knew it. He knew it all. And I can surmise, but they do keep surprising me somehow. I mean, it's unsurprising how surprised it gets. How surprising it gets. It's unsurprising how surprising it gets. And oh man, that's how they really get you, because they make it so convoluted that you can't pay attention. You don't want to listen to me talk like this for 45 minutes about the problems that you already know about. 57 minutes that you already know. What can I do? Well, there are people who know more than us, and they're out there. And if I had enough sway and the right office to conduct meetings in, and enough security to get them here, then it would be great, wouldn't it? Then we could talk it out, figure out some some good solutions. We could get a feng shui master in here, tell me which thing to pack up first, which thing to shift 30 degrees to the north, so I could see what's up. I want us all to be okay. And the big ominous they don't want us to be okay, because if we were, well, then they wouldn't get their afternoon. You know what I'm saying? I want us all to be okay. Is that a weird slogan for a campaign? I just want us all to be okay. I wrote some things down. Maybe I'll read them next time. But I just needed to say something to the void, to be repeated in a video on a web page that no one will see. I saw a video the other day. It was like 99.9 plus will not, of the population who have internet, will not see this. Well, this video is the real deal. You won't see this. Thanks for watching. Cheers.